More than 55 years after Nigerian Civil War ended, one statement has reopened one of the country's deepest historical wounds. Former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, says the Igbo were in fact compensated after the war. But for generations of Nigeria, one story has dominated public memory: the famous 20 pounds policy. So, is Gowon writing history or correcting a misunderstanding that has lasted for decades? Today we look beyond the headlines and through the lens of history. This is the Pivot Report, where today's headlines meets history. Speaking recently, General Yakubu Gowon challenged one of the most widely accepted narratives about the aftermath of the Nigerian Civil War. According to Gowon, the federal government did not simply deny returning Igbo people's savings. He said individuals whose bank deposit could be verified received their money back with interest. He explained that the well-known 20 pounds payment was different. It applied to holders of Biafran currency after the war because the federal government did not recognize that currency as legal tender. Gowon also defended the late Chief Obafemi Awolowo, saying the policy was a collective government decision rather than Awolowo's personal action. Those remarks have reignited a debate that many Nigerians thought had already been settled. To understand why this matters, we need to go back. The Nigerian Civil War lasted from 1967 to 1970. It claimed countless lives and left millions displaced. When the war ended, General Gowon announced a policy of no victor, no vanquished. The goal was national reconciliation, but rebuilding a country after war is never simple. Many people who had lived in Biafra returned to find destroyed homes, lost businesses, and uncertain futures. One issue quickly becomes symbolic: money. Many former Biafrans believed they had lost their life savings because they were each given only 20 pounds, regardless of how much they had before the war. For decades, that story has shaped public memory and conversation about post-war justice. Now, Gowon says that understanding is incomplete. He argues that verified bank deposits were treated differently from Biafran currency, and that the two have often been confused in public discussions. History is not just about the past. It influences trust, it shapes identity, and it affects how people see today's Nigeria. For some Nigerians, Gowon's comments offer a chance to revisit historical records and separate facts from long-held assumptions. For others, the debate goes beyond bank balances. They argue that the pain of the post-war years cannot be measured in only pounds and pence. Many families lost homes. Businesses disappeared. Communities were shattered. Even if some financial compensation was paid under certain conditions, many survivors believe the overall economic and social damage was far greater. That is why this conversation remains emotional more than 5 decades later. It is not simply about money. It is about memory. It's about justice, and it's about whether Nigerians' generations understand the same history in the same way. Perhaps the biggest question isn't whether one policy has been misunderstood. The bigger question is whether Nigeria has fully confronted the legacy of its civil war. Many countries that experience conflict have continued to revisit their history through public conversation, official records, museums, trust commissions, and education. History doesn't disappear because time passes. It returns whenever new voices, new evidence, or new perspective emerge. Gowon's remark reminds us that history is never completely settled. Sometimes the past speaks again. And when it does, nations have a choice to argue, to listen, or to learn. Whether you agree with General Yakubu Gowon's explanation or not, one thing is beyond dispute. Nigerian Civil War is not just another chapter in a history book. More than 5 decades later, its legacy still shapes conversation about justice, reconciliation, national identity, and the relationship between communities across the country. It reminds us that history is never truly over. Sometimes it waits quietly in the background until a single statement, a forgotten document, or a new perspective bring it back to the national conversation. Perhaps the real challenge before us is not simply deciding who was right or wrong. Decades ago, the greater challenge is ensuring that future generations understand this period of our history with honesty, context, and empathy. A nation that understands its past is better equipped to build a stronger future. History should not be used to divide us, but neither should it be forgotten. Honest conversation about the past, even when they are uncomfortable, can help us learn, heal, and move forward together. As always, our goal here on the Pivot Report is not to tell you what to think. It is to present today's headlines alongside the history that gives them meaning, so that you can draw your own informed conclusions. Now, I would like to hear from you. Do General Gowon's recent comment change the way you view the 20 pounds controversy? Or do you believe important questions still remain unanswered? Share your perspective respectfully in the comment below. Let's have a conversation grounded in facts, history, and mutual respect. So, if you enjoyed this documentary and want more in-depth analysis that connects to this news with the event that shaped it, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the Pivot Report, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next episode. This is the Pivot Report, where today's headlines meet history. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.